Well, all right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. We had a little freeze up with our XSplit. Just waiting for us to go to VMix. That'll happen shortly, I'm sure. If that didn't do it, I don't know what will. We got some people. Let us know in the chat, guys. Who do you have in this? Is it Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana better together? We're talking about Team Kentucky right now with Eric Siconia. And Teddy Bear
Daniel List.
Yep.
Daniel List. I didn't actually know that was his nickname until right now.
He's amazing.
Tell us about, who do you know about these players, Lee?
As far as Eric, I don't know much. I know he's in the Still Big in the Louisville area and all that. I know he plays a lot. I know he's had success here when him and Robert Jones came up here, Pitbull, and played. I mean, he shot good.
Yep.
As far as he goes, that's about what I know of him. He seems genuine, knows his math, seems to know his math. As far as Teddy, I've had multiple matches and soft tip against him, and he's just a great shot. He's a fun guy to be around. He's definitely a top-notch darter. He don't get flustered very much, so he's always going to keep us calm and his cool. And then obviously you got Kelly, who has been a great soft tip darter. I didn't know much about her still, but like I said, Blueberry Hill, winning Blueberry Hill can't be bad.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
Right.
That is for sure, because I saw a list of some of the female players that were there.
Yeah.
It was darn good.
Yeah, she definitely had her throw her darts. And
Absolutely. You know one female that wasn't there? Mary Beth. And Mary Beth is on Team Indiana. Go Indy. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
That's fair. I'm down for that, too.
Listen, you got Let's Go himself, Caleb Rowland, who's going to give us quite a few of those tonight. Maybe over the top, and I am excited for it. Do you like – this has been an argument, right, that's been online for like the past week or so. Caleb gives it. He'll give you some Let's Go. We'll be able to hear his voice from inside that room sometimes, and it's a good distance away.
Sure.
Do we like the celebrations?
I'm 50-50. I like celebrations. I like huge shot celebrations, important dart celebrations. What I don't like is when you celebrate those, and then when you're losing, you snatch the darts out of the board and almost knock the board over.
Yeah.
That.
So you don't like me as a dart player. Okay, good.
I mean, there's some big names that.
Sure.
I mean, we're not going to go into it, but you can tell the difference. I mean, yes, I like pumping up the crowd and all that, but then again.
All right, so.
You got to take it, too.
You have to take a shot if you don't name one of those players you were just thinking about.
Well, I'm in the drink, so I'll do that. But I'm not going to throw shade to him. Obviously, he's a great shot and all that. But Jeremiah is one of those. And that's what the debate's over. Everybody's on it. I love how he is into it. He is passionate. He wears his passion on his sleeves of his arms. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. But then again, you can see when he gets down in a game or he does miss that shot, he snatches his darts out of the board. I'm fine with that. Well, I'm not fine with that part. But if you got to be able to take it, to give it.
Fair
and
enough.
He can take it for the most part, but then there's times where he just snatches them too much. But there's multiple people that do it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to make an argument with you. I think it's one thing if Jeremiah is reacting to someone else celebrating and being upset at that versus what he does, versus being upset at himself for throwing a bad dart.
I agree, but when I agree with that 100%. Yeah. And I think he can take it with somebody celebrating towards him. I've never seen him go against it. But for young players watching, it's okay when I miss, I can just snatch my darts out of the board and act mad. You know what I mean? Technically, in my eyes, that's the worst thing to do to your opponent because they can see that as a weakness or it can fire them up either way. So I'm 50-50. I'm for it, but I'm against it at the same time.
Okay, I like that. Ryan, your retort, sir.
I love raw emotion, and I love it, but I also think it comes down to picking and choosing the when and the time. I do not think you celebrate when you hit a double 36, double 36.
Double 36. I'm celebrating all day long, buddy.
Absolutely.
You give me a double 36, I'm in.
Okay, so let me rephrase. When you're in leg 3 and you're holding throw and you hit a double 18, you hit a double
Right.
18, especially if you're an upper echelon player.
Right.
You don't need to scream, roar, and be all about it. Now, you hit the big fish for a break of throw to go to a last leg decider. Let it fly. That's a moment to be celebrated. That's something big. But it's got to be. There's got to be a standard for it.
Right.
Other than that, it should be business as usual. We've all hit doubles, except for Sean when he goes 0-8.
I'm actually 0 for 16 on doubles, just so you know.
Fair. But I mean, so that is what darts is. Darts is to hit the double. Yes, I love you so much.
I mean, it comes down to the fist bumping, too.
Sure.
People fist bump every dart. You don't have to do that, but if somebody hits a big 180 or something against you, go ahead. Give them a fist bump. You know what I mean? Recognize that.
I'm the jolliest guy in the room. I'm the one that's like, I'm the opposite of your best friend in the fist bump, and I'm a bump. I'm a hug. You want to hug every round? I'll hug you every time you come back.
Right.
Like, that's me. But I'm the guy who plays because I enjoy darts, not because I'm talented at darts. So
now I will say this: the one thing that gets me every time is not the. Sorry, I'm just gonna cut you off.
Sure.
It's not the yeller. It's not the person who gets excited about their own play or excited at their opponent or at their teammates' play, or even if they get excited at their opponent missing. That's always annoying.
Yeah.
Right. Like no one wants to cheer when their opponent misses.
Never.
That's rude.
It's rude.
And nothing exciting happened to you. It just your opponent missed.
You became fortunate.
But what I really hate is when someone comes back to the board after missing like a big shot and you hold out your fan for that fist bump and they
hit you hard,
they
or
give
they
a
just
little-
walk off.
or they I don't care if they ignore it. Cool. I'd rather that than like the hard hit on my hand, because that's immediately going to be like, you do that again, and we're
And
gonna
most
have
people,
bigger
if you watch
issues.
me play, I never put my fist out.
Yeah.
I always do a high five.
And that's what I do now
to
too. Is
say
the high
that.
five.
But there's people that won't hit your hand or just walk off when they're missing. But when they're shooting really good and winning, then they want to hit your hand.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
And that's why I'm the worst competitor in the world, because for me, I would actually probably celebrate your victories more than I do my own. So, like, you go up there and you go big, even if it's against me, you go
Yep.
big against me, I'm
Right.
like, I'm amazed. I'm like, you rock. You're a rock
Right.
star. I go up and hit something big, I'm like, I got lucky.
Right.
If someone beats me, oh man, I'm happy for them.
Right.
If I beat myself, that's when I'm probably a pretty terrible person to be around in that moment, and I'll be the first to admit that.
That's fair.
That's why I sit here now.
That's fair.
Now I just get flustered at like the stream starting 25 minutes late when it's my fault,
not just you, not
and
you.
those types of things, you know.
But I'm also,
it is what
I
it
guess I
is.
got to go full disclosure. I'm also not a fan of when it becomes personal, the stare down, the shoulder
Right.
check,
Yeah,
the purposeful
Yeah.
shade.
we don't play a physical sport.
This is
Yeah.
this darts is founded being a gentleman's game. There was etiquette. There is
Right.
this is not a full contact sport. This is anything bad that happens is your fault. It's not
Right.
the other person's fault. They didn't do it to you.
Absolutely. Well, Tim, head on back to that the player roster, so we can see the team rosters there. Perfect. Love it. Like it. Got to have more of it. You see Team Indiana there. So we talked about Caleb Rowland. He's going to give us some let's goes. He's from Greenfield, Indiana, as is Hannah Miller. So when they play against each other, that's going to be an interesting dynamic there.
And they're mixed doubles partners.
And they are, yeah. And
That's
they're
the
on
kind of
different
the
teams.
king and queen
Brutal.
of Greenfield, so to speak.
Yeah.
Brutal, yeah. Yeah, I'd go there.
I would.
King Cal.
King
because he's
Cal
the
and
king
Queen
of Greenfield.
and Queen Hannah.
Caleb's going to impress a lot of players tonight.
Yep.
And a lot of people tonight that are tuning in with us that maybe don't know Caleb. Someone else who's going to impress a lot, if you don't know him, Mike Eichley.
That's fair.
Mike Eichley just started playing soft tip, and he ran through pretty well in the Masters A and in his state.
I think he's got one of the highest averages here on the Siege, don't he?
He does.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he actually created quite the fiasco because he was playing against my good friend Jacob in a mixed doubles match. And actually, it was Jacob and Hannah.
Oh, yep, you're right.
And Mike dominated to the point where my brother-in-law was very upset, as a friend of Jacob's as well, that Mike even was allowed to play because you shouldn't have a PDC pro going up against
I remember that night.
everyday people.
Which he came, nobody knew much about him
Not
because
at
he
all.
came from the Broad Ripple Darts. Tim knew about him and stuff. But I mean, he's 100% supported the IDA.
Yep.
Love him. Man,
I love
just
him
a
to
great
death.
guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Amazing human being.
And a great shot.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a guest host on our show. It's great. And then, of course, Mary Beth is Mary Beth.
I mean,
she's not scared of nobody. She's
No.
ready to go. She's got the darts.
You could put Mary Beth against Matt Hoyne or against Gavin Nickel or against any other man up there, and she'd be like, "Cool, let's do this."
She would do everything she could to metaphorically kick them in the teeth on the dartboard. She really would.
She wants to
have
ring
a-
that bell,
she's
kick
a
him in the
pit bull.
ding ding. You know
She's
what I'm
a
saying?
pit bull, man. She'll
I've
go
seen
after
I've
you.
seen stuff where there have been like 3-person teams or something. Somebody's like, "I'm looking for a guy here," and she's first one coming. Why's it got to be a guy? Why can't I play? Like she's just ready to go.
That's how she rolls. And then, of course, the team better together, Hannah Miller, Vinny Marinville, and Jake Schaefer. Jake is a CDC pro. He does have a CDC tour card. He's struggled a touch here recently when it comes to steel, but he's struggling for him is averaging in the 60s.
Right.
And not,
It's everybody else's good game. You know?
Exactly. I don't know a lot about Vinny.
I know nothing.
I honestly don't know much about Vinny either. I know
mean,
he was our late leg addition
last
to
week, right? This week?
Yeah.
Is that a week to
We
prepare?
had a drop and he popped in.
Well, I can tell you this. He's from Lexington, Kentucky.
Nailed it.
He's only been playing darts for 1.5 years. So that's probably why neither of us know a whole lot about him.
And
That's fair.
he's the only person in the room, I think, younger than me when it comes to throwing darts in that regard.
And he also does not have any fun facts about him. So he didn't even help us there.
No, I mean, why be fun?
That's fair.
We're here to throw darts.
He has a cool beard and long hair.
He's got that.
And that's all you need to have going for you. But that team better together, I think, is going to shock some people, too. They're going to be tough. And I know that there are people in the chat who know every single player on all of these teams. Let us know who you have. Is it Ohio? Is it Kentucky? Is it Indiana? Is it better together? Just by leaving a comment in our chat, hitting that like button for us, you will be automatically entered in to tonight's raffle giveaway, which is... Today's raffle winner will receive a Shot Frontier dart stand from A2ZDarts.com. It is an injection-molded resilient stand that holds 2 sets of fully assembled darts. Lee, I know you have your eyes on that bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Bullet Lee Jones, sorry, I got you while you were taking a drink. Bullet Lee Jones, I mean, that doesn't...
It looks like a revolver barrel, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
I'm excited about that one. I'm definitely going to try to win that one.
No, that thing's cool. Ryan, you like that thing?
I do enjoy it. I do actually enjoy it. I don't know if I like it more than I like the Windmow.
Oh, yeah, the dartboard.
The dartboard, the little mini dartboard disc. But I do like it. It's very creative.
I like how it's separated enough. Like your flights, they just intertwine. Like you won't mess them up.
I would like it if you told me it spun.
Well, how about this? What if I told you it was free if you win the giveaway today?
Anything that's free is better.
Exactly.
Food
well,
tastes
all you
better.
gotta do
Likes
is
me. I'm
leave a
always free.
comment in our chat. Hit that like button for us. You'll automatically be entered in for your chance to win that bad boy from A2ZDarts.com. Gotta love it. All right, let's head back to the main interview cam because we're about ready to get this thing rolling.
There you go.
Let's look at. Actually, I'm gonna make Tim go back to the schedule. So go to the schedule play there first. Down there at the bottom, it's SOP1. Look at that. So schedule of play. First up is going to be Mary Beth and Caleb taking on Kelly and Daniel. Ryan, who you got in that one?
I'm going to go Kelly Daniel.
I'm going to go Mary Beth Caleb.
Talking to them outside, I think Caleb's ready to go, and he likes being the first match to get things started. So even though I picked Team Kentucky to win it overall, I'm going Mary Beth and Caleb on the first match.
All right. And Tim?
Mary Beth and Caleb.
All right.
I'll be the lone wolf.
Oh,
on this one.
boy.
I'm fine with that.
All right. Match number 2 is Bree and Gavin taking on Hannah and Jacob. All of our doubles matches are going to be best of 3, 501 cricket, 501. You will diddle to start the first game, and then the diddler can start. It is a PDC diddle format. Do we already have the first match diddled ready to go?
That's a
He
huge.
wants
Well,
to
they
do-
can diddle now.
He wants to diddle
We don't need to
live.
watch that.
That's a huge thing because they don't diddle on the last leg either, right?
They
So
do
the
not. It is
Diddle
alternate
very
start.
important.
The diddle
Especially
will
for a
set-
best of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then our singles formats, for any singles matches up there, you see 2 in our first 9 set. Mary Beth versus Kelly, and then Bree versus Hannah. So some ladies singles to get us going there on the singles. But it's best of 5, all 501. Diddle to start the first game, alternate start. I love the format. You guys can see that schedule play. For the first 9, we got 27 matches.
We're going for the. We're here for the marathon, sir.
We are
This
going
is
the
not a
distance.
sprint.
We are going for speed, and you guys are going to be all alone in your time of need because I am off first.
That's fair.
So Ryan, take it away as our play-by-play.
And anybody
Lee?
that follows and likes to keep score on your own, even though we'll update you, single matches are worth 2 points, right? And
Yep.
everything else is worth 1.
Yep, everything's worth 1 point. Singles matches are worth 2 today, which will hinge importance on those. You're going to find real quickly that those single matches are going to be what are a factor today, as we do believe Senior Teddy Bear took the diddle, not piddle. It's diddle.
Steel tip. We're in cork in here.
Well, that's
cork
fine.
around
I'll take cork over piddle.
Shoot the bull.
I'll take cork.
You
I'll
are
take
in-
count up.
You
I'll
are
take
in
whatever
Piddle
you
Town,
want.
though. Indiana's a
Gosh,
piddle.
man.
We piddle, buddy.
Well, you guys can see on the screen there. We're just trying to get you that code. We had it for you, and then I'm going to guess it's all Keegan's fault.
We reset stream.
I can't understand what
I
he's saying.
can't either.
Let's just pretend like we know what he's saying. Okay, cool.
Great.
Good job, Jake.
Good job, Jake. Love you.
Well, guys, I'm going to head on out while you guys get going
All right.
here.
Wait, how long are you leaving me?
Just for 7 games. I'll be back.
Just for 7.
That'll be quicker than that, I'm sure. Maybe like the first 2 or 3 will be probably as long as it's going to take for me to realize that I just want to sit over here instead of over there.
That's fair.
But guys, take it away. Have a great time. Enjoy this. Mary Beth, Caleb versus Kelly and Daniel. I'm interested to see how this goes.
Well, especially since they've been in there warming up in the garage, ready to go, and we kind of, made them wait a little bit. You always like that wait.
Did Mary Beth just go first for that team?
I'm pretty sure Teddy actually won the diddle.
Well, we're just waiting for Keegan to get it going then.
And I honestly, the main reason I think I picked Kelly and Daniel in this one and Teddy. I mean, I can't call him Daniel.
Yeah.
Teddy in this one is because Teddy walked out there when he first got here. He threw like 9 darts, hit a ton 80 and hit a 177. Says they must stop it right now.
There we
That's
go.
right.
Look at
And
that.
I'm like, okie dokie, artichoke.
Like I said, Teddy's a great shot. I
Oh, he's
love playing
amazing.
against him.
No, he's amazing.
Can you guys still hear me?
I don't like you when you do that.
I hope so.
Oh man.
Oh, and look, first dart right out the gate. Nailed
Right out the gate. But are we rolling? I didn't hear a call from Keegan. We are.
it. We are.
All righty. So out the gate, 85 for Teddy Bear. There's that beautiful mic sound we love so much.
Yeah, you couldn't hear him because I didn't have him turned on.
That's
That's
fair. Our favorite person in the entire world, Mr. Keegan Ives, calling this first match. We'll be listening to his dulcet, lovely, velvety tones for this match.
You got Mary Beth stepping up to the line there.
I think Kelly's just going to have to take her time, get herself settled in.
Yep.
You know, I know she's an amazing shot, but I know she also tends to let the nerves rock at her just a
Right.
little bit. So she's just going to have to take a deep breath, let it roll, let it ride, know that the darts are going to be there, and Teddy's going to be there. He's going to have her back the whole way, as he's putting in right now with an even ton. You know, it's gonna be knockdown, drag out.
And like I said, like Caleb's good enough to keep Mary Beth calm, and she's already a calm player
Sure.
anyways.
Absolutely.
So, and they've been here.
Oh,
You know
everybody,
what I mean?
yeah,
So-
absolutely. So, you know, and that's the thing, I was talking to Caleb. He's like, it's funny because he said, I brought 2 sets of darts today. I'm like, why'd you bring 2? If you're not liking one, are you going to switch? He goes, no, same dart. And I'm like, if I lose one along the way, and I'm like, you're in one place.
Yep.
How are you going to lose a set of darts?
I mean, that's fair. You never know what happens.
I mean, that's true, I guess.
Especially over 27 matches, taking breaks. You know what I mean? You never know.
Sure.
That or you're going to get mad and want to chuck him out the window.
That's
I mean, if you find a window in that garage, I'm impressed.
that's very fair.
If he's pretty hot, he might walk out to the
And
backyard.
he might walk out to the backyard and send it to the neighbor's yard.
41.
Teddy Bear staying pretty straight. One thing Teddy does that I can't not do is he throws an absolutely smooth barrel. There's not a ridge, there's not a knurl, there's not a scallop, there's nothing on that barrel. They're custom made set that he has.
He's got a little taper to him. So
They're tapered
yeah.
a little bit,
Yeah.
but I mean it's just it's a smooth bomb-shaped barrel.
It remind me of the design of smoothies.
I think it's to me. I told him when I looked at him for the first time. I told him I thought it looked like a Stephen Bunting and a smoothie kind of just blended together.
Right.
You know, and he loves having what I call no grip. He said there's all the grip in the world on it. I'm like, okie dokie.
As long as your hands are dry.
As long as your hands are dry, that's fair. Mary Beth doing a bit of a dance left and right here.
46.
When in doubt, double.
That's fair. She's the first one to hit a double on the string. Nailed it.
Teddy Bear looking that 1-3-1 down. He is all over it.
He's definitely very solid, straight, smooth stroke.
He really is, and I've watched him throw steel. I've watched him throw soft, and his approach and preparation at the board every time it's the same. He's very
let's go,
good.
Caleb.
Caleb.
What a shot to put pressure on the 76 that was left.
76, where you going, Lee?
I'm going trip 20. Trip 20 for double 8.
So I actually have a friend of mine, Steve Brown, Brownie, who told me 16s.
16s?
16s is your route on 76, and he broke it down for me, and he made it make sense. And he's like, what's the worst thing you can hit when you go on trip 16? And he's like, a 7. And, you leave yourself in action when you go on.
Still 69, so that's
yeah.
fair.
So he the man is breaking down math for me in ways I never imagined we could.
Right.
Oh,
I just like the firm. I mean, obviously, we hope we hit at least a wedge that we aim at.
sure,
Always, you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
trip 20 for double 8. If you hit the 1, you got 75. You got the bulls. But I'm also a big double 18 guy. So if I
That's
hit
fair.
that 20, I can go 16 for tops, or I can stay in that 20 for double 18. So I like being in the same segment.
And that's fair, and that's something you and I actually have in common. When I'm feeling confident at the way I'm throwing that day,
24.
I'm a double 18 guy
Right.
too.
28 left.
Yeah, 28 remaining. Pushed it a touch outside there. Teddy Bear got that double.
Check out that North Point Bank double side cam.
Have you ever had a side cam before?
We quadranted. We did 4 quadrants this
I
time.
love it.
instead.
I love everything about it.
Just outside.
I can say they're a great company to work for. Wink, wink. Got
Giggle,
some
giggle.
news.
Poke, poke. Caleb. Ooh.
I love listening to his dart
big
hit the
marker.
board.
There it is.
Great dart.
Leg one. When a Mary Beth and Caleb. It's a break a throw right out the gate, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
Yeah,
right.
break a throw right out the gate.
Caleb to throw first.
Not loser first. We're alternating the start, Caleb.
Who do you think has the edge in cricket?
So I know Caleb's an amazing shot. I know Mary Beth. Let's skip that part.
Right.
All 4 of these players are amazing shots.
Yep.
They're amazingly talented darters. There's a reason that they've been put on this team. There's a reason they're here. But I have personally played cricket with Teddy, and that kid is ridiculous when it comes to cricket.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to give the edge in cricket to Teddy and Kelly.
And the interesting thing is I've thrown darts around Indy, and I've thrown darts around Dayton. There is something about it, and I've not come a way to describe it or formulate how to explain it. But Cincinnati, Northern Ohio, Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, they play cricket different, man. It's something about it that's different, and it's aggressive, and it's awesome to watch.
Which I'm a very aggressive player, so
Sure.
I love
Sure.
that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Which Caleb's an aggressive player. He's not scared to take that hero dart. But at the same time, he gets enthralled into the game and
Sure.
starts getting in a point battle
Sure.
and forgets his strategy that he's so good at.
Sure. And I think that's the thing there is like, watching Teddy throw, watching Carey, watching Ben Belts, those guys, because the thing is they're so knowledgeable in their thought process and their strategy that they know the math already.
Yep.
They know where the next 9 to 12
Yep.
darts, so long as they hit what they're aiming at, are going to go. And I don't have that game, and I can't. There's no way, shape, or form I can lie to you. I have nowhere near that game or that confidence to go after it like that. Not like you guys.
Yeah,
do.
they definitely have they know 419s and 76. They know exactly how many it takes to take the mark out or the winning shot out
Sure.
or you got to hit a 9 here. You got to hit a 7 there.
They know how to leave you just out of reach to where they're going to force you to stay somewhere. As Caleb is just taking them one at a time. One more time, Caleb. Just over the top. Taking 17s and 16s for his own treble. 10, third dart.
I love his facial expressions.
He's there. He was ready for a let's go.
We were outside. He was talking about he loves having that first match. He loves getting things rolling.
He loves going out the gate first.
Yeah,
He loves being
he
the
does
curtain
it.
jerker.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for that.
He's definitely he feeds
He's not
on
afraid.
He feeds on stuff. He wants to get us started.
Not afraid at all. I love that.
And
Mary
then you have
Beth
Mary Beth
following
just
up.
following him. Just
She's just cleaning up house. Finds a single bowl, third dart.
I mean, they're averaging a 4 together, so that's kind of hard to.
That's an amazing setup. Kelly just got to get settled in, got to get smoothed
Yep.
out. I think at the end of the day, I don't know if she'd tell me I'm wrong, but I think Kelly favors 0-1 overall between the two.
Right.
Even in soft tip, I think she does. I've thrown with her some, not a ton. But I think she would tell you that she favors 0-1.
and I've seen her play. You know,
Whiskey
obviously
Band Bullseye came and drove the double.
Showdown, bullshooters.
You've seen her
just
everywhere.
different.
All
You know what I mean?
Masters
Right.
players, you.
To me, I noticed she's more of a. She likes to keep going. She likes that rhythm. So I'm kind of curious to see how that pace of maybe taking a match 1 or 2 games off.
Sure. And we're going to kick it over here to the main interview cam so we can show our nifty-gifty little setup here with our scoreboard. Sean, would you do the honors? Oh, so dramatic.
Nailed it.
So dramatic. Get
I was
lower. There
looking
you
for
go.
the
There
face.
you go. Attaboy. All right, so Indiana takes an early 1-0 lead, although, you know, there's only 1 point on the board so far.
And we're going to switch
Bro.
over to the other
Bro,
camera.
how can I focus on you right now? Tim, will you kick it off the kid? Thank you, Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, that's so good. All right, I think we're also are we also switching chalkers now too?
Yeah, we are.
Dill Pickle's gonna step in for Keegan.
Good Dylan. Anybody that knows, we have 3 chalkers here. We have Austin Helm, who plays the IDA and everything. Dylan Chaser, who is Hannah's, we're not going to say better half.
No, definitely the lesser half. Love him, but lesser half.
But Hannah loves him, so we all love him. And he will be chalking this match. And then, obviously, you have the Keegan, the official Siege referee. So
he is the man whose final word over all says all.
He runs the house. Jason thinks he does, but
Crumbs,
it's Keegan.
Crumbs runs
does
the house.
rest.
Keegan is the human in charge.
And Jason fits the bill.
All righty, so we're going to go live on the diddle. This match, we're going to have Gavin and Bree, Jake and Hannah, and I was the lone wolf in the last prediction, and I was very much wrong. But I still have faith in them. I still have faith in Kentucky and Indiana and Ohio to both rebound. I think Gavin and Jake are all 4. Again, one more time we'll catch ourselves. All 4 of these players are amazing, but I think you're about to see a bit of a show of Gavin and Jake both hit their stride, and the girls are both amazing shots too. So it's going to be fun.
I'm gonna try to keep my streak
Outside.
going, and I think I'm gonna take Gavin and Bree on this one.
I'm going to go Gavin and Bree with you. I'm not going to be the lone wolf. It's nothing personal, but I mean, we got two CDC tour card holders, tour pros. But I've watched Gavin. Gavin's fresh off a win in the 301 double-double at Blueberry. You know, and I also have a lot of faith in the fact that I think Bree's going to be a definite X factor. I think Bree's going to be quietly impressive to a lot of people. Kind of like we talked about Mike Eichley.
Right.
You know, he's quiet. He keeps to himself. He just goes through it.
Right.
And then shows off. And I think you're going to see the same thing with Bree.
It's awesome. Like I said, I don't know much about her. I'm interested in watching her for the next
As Gavin
6
goes
to 8
ahead
hours.
and opens up 140. Let's go.
I should put some money on my BetMGM and bet on this stuff. Nobody cares about
Jay?
that PDC over there on the TV.
Nobody's watching the PDC right now. They're watching us. Oh, by the way, Bree's also a lefty.
Oh.
So-
Oh.
That a girl. Straighten that dart out. You'll be all right. Miss Hannah Miller, Queen of Greenfield.
A little flick of the wrist, but I like I like Hannah's
makes
throw.
she almost makes me giggle because she's slightly,
Yep.
ever so slightly off angle when she starts with the dart, and then
Yep.
she goes forward.
Yeah, but she's got a little bit of flick of her wrist, not as bad as.
Man, Gavin is he's there, he's ready to go. It's Gavin Nickel, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great show tonight. You're backwards there, my friend. Jake looking to find himself a treble third dart, does not. So slightly lax visit for Mr. Jake Schaefer. Miss Bree. There she
Nice
is.
shot.
Big third dart from Bree on that visit.
Leaves a grade out, first out.
Leaves it. And you know what? Gavin will run right after that.
Hannah's not scared. She's ready to fire right back at her, though.
Hannah's not. I don't think Hannah's scared of anybody.
No, never.
I don't think Hannah's
She
scared
never
of anybody.
gets down.
She's never sad. She's never bummed
She'd
out.
be down 500 points in a 701 game, and she just goes up, throws her darts.
Just does what she needs to do. Gavin leaves the 102 for Bree on the return visit, and I think you're also going to see Gavin using his CDC wisdom and really breathing life into whoever he's throwing
Right.
with. You know, the thought process, you know, the knowledge, where we're going, where we're leaving.
And you seen him back in the background, you know, trying to relax her, give her all of her options of what she can shoot at. So
Just
that's
give her,
always a bonus.
just give her. Well, yeah, I mean, having that person to
Right.
help you feel more comfortable
Yep.
when you're there. 64 remains.
Trip 16.
Ooh,
Ooh.
just underneath the bottom half.
Well, he's what, 43?
Mm-hmm. No, don't.
All right, we can get the first one
Nobody,
on the stream.
nobody Jose D'Souza this, okay? Please don't. She's right on it. All right, so side question, Lee, because it's not something that really matters. Spinning or locked flights?
I like spinning fights.
Okay.
I know a lot of people I talk to, they prefer lock because I feel like something's loose back there, but I've always just kind of thrown them. So
That's right.
I prefer them. I mess with my darts a lot when
Sure.
I'm not shooting,
Sure.
so it kind of gives me
you a fidget spinner?
Yeah, basically when
Yeah,
I'm throwing
that's fair.
darts.
As Gavin finds double top to take leg one. So for me, it's actually interesting. I just made the transition to locked flights. So I was like, I tried locked flights, hated it. Tried locked flights, hated it. I was back to spinning. And then I told myself, all right, I'm going to go for one solid month of all my leagues, all my practice,
Right.
throwing locked. Because I was throwing locked on steel. And now I can't throw spinning.
Right.
I've worked myself out of it. I don't know if it's for better or for worse, but I've worked
Right.
myself out of it.
And that's one thing. A lot of people, you know, when they're practicing or they change something up, if it don't work within a week, 2 weeks, they stop. They quit going for it and go back to what they know. And
Yeah.
you can't do that. If you're going to make that
No.
decision to change, you got to commit to it.
Yeah, as I jokingly tell a couple of friends of mine, I was like, the only thing you should change daily is your britches, not your darts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
And not saying change is bad. Like everybody, you need change to freshen things up and kind of get you motivated because you're always trying to get better. That was a beautiful trip 19
that a
on
six?
that first one. It was.
big 6 mark for Bree. And I think you might find that Bree might be, because of the simplicity of it with cricket, might be a little more comfortable in cricket.
Don't have to think about it. Just
Well, there's
looking
not-
at a
there's
wedge
not
and
as much
throwing
math,
to it.
You know,
Right.
there's not as much movement. You know, there's select numbers versus all the numbers in play.
Right.
You know, and then she's going to let Gavin back clean up,
Right.
you know, go back and hit the defensive marks, you know.
I mean, I got terrible eyesight, so when I first started playing steel, I thought about soft tip. You know, if I hit a trip, I'd look up and think about my math. Did I hit it? And I couldn't tell if I hit it or not. So I'd always walk off the line. Now, I just, on steel, if I hit and I don't know if I hit or not, I throw at it again. I don't
No.
care. You never get mad with more points. So
No, and then you can't lose with more
Right.
points, you know.
so it definitely
And that's
would make it easier for her. You know what I mean?
as she goes big trip, burst dart. And you see, that's what the different mentality is between soft and steel. We all play cricket differently when we play soft tip
Right.
compared to when we play steel tip. Soft tip is a points game. Like, you bury your opponent in points.
Yep.
In steel, you'll see a lot more people take single and even 2 dart closes if it takes 2 darts to do it.
Yep.
Because trebles are less often found on a steel tip board.
And that's what I tell everybody. I play steel as if I'm playing on like the 13-inch soft tip board. I get the lead. I'm going 3 fat darts, get it closed, make you hit that triple to go around me. Now, sometimes I do get beat because of that, but for the most part, it's fat darts. It's not what you hit; it's what you miss.
And Jake Schaefer's finding a big 7. He's going to stay.
I thought that one was going to fall out. That's why I thought he was going to switch, because the second dart, the first one lifted up.
Right. Gives him a 6-point lead. Hannah takes care of that in 1 dart. Is she going to go down or is she going to stay? She's going down after it for the close. Needs 1 more. And finds it. So that brings Bree around. Bree's going to have to find a new bed to play in. That's just outside the double. And you will hear me say it before today is over with, just so we can get this out of the way. There are no doubles in cricket. Unless it is 1 dart in your hand and it is to win all of it, then you can throw that double. But other than that, I'm a staunch believer that there are no doubles in cricket.
I usually try not to.
I will die on that hill.
I usually try not to. When I'll shoot one, and if I hit it in the back, there's no doubles in cricket. I'm like, that's fair, but just remember, when you go up there and you hit that double bull on me, you back that up and make it a single, because there's no doubles in cricket. And then they usually kind of change their mind a little bit.
I get what you're saying, but that I just, for me, I'm just like, look.
It's not one I'm going to shoot at just to shoot at it. Like, I'm going to have to be blocked out to go for it.
Sure, I get that. So now we were moving on. We were looking 17s here with Bree. And is that a treble on the first dart?
It is.
It looks like
it is. So she gets 4 of them. That'll bring them.
Is this scoreboard frozen?
Yeah, it must be, because he definitely took the point lead there. Well, now Jake took it back, but yeah, we're having all kinds of things happening here today, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all right.
No, we're good. We'll work our way through it. Canada's board. She's going to be looking up for some points. So she's going to go down and take the close.
Ooh.
Finds a 2 second dart.
I was saying she at least had the lead, so we're going to assume like 350-ish or something maybe.
Sure. Sure. The other interesting thing is, I just realized is Dill Pickle is chalking for Hannah. That add pressure or add comfort?
I think it's comfort, because they play so much, and they're always there, so she's probably used to him standing there and chalking, because Dylan's one of those guys, no matter what tournament at, wherever, he walks up and he wants to chalk, he wants to do it. So
he's a huge
it's almost a
familiarity
to her.
Yeah, and I love Dylan. He's got, they both do. They both have an amazingly positive attitude. They're both huge supporters of each other and darts in general. So that's the one thing I do love about the both of them. And I just realized also with Gavin being a lefty, we have a double-up lefty team. Is that 6?
It does look like 6.
It looks like 6 from here. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a slight issue with Dart Connect freezing up on us. So we are #team winging it right now. Doing a little guesstimation on the math and guessing where we're at, as Hannah only finds 116 and opts back into some points.
Which also going with that Dylan thing, I think her being on team better together than just thrown together, really seeing Dylan up there helps her out too. You know what I mean? At least she knows one person in the garage. Well, she knows them, but
right. Well, that was the question I had. I was like, does that add pressure not knowing your teammates as Jake takes care of those 16s in a hurry, and the 15s are gone. Big 7 mark for Jake Schaefer. I was going to ask you, does that add pressure or does it ease the pressure?
I think it
when
eases
you don't know, but when you don't know your teammates. In this setting.
In this setting, I think it would come to maybe eases it, because you're just going up and throwing. Like, you don't know them. You don't know what they're thinking about you. Right. Yeah.
Right.
And just a heads up. So, I'm probably way ahead on this, huh?
They're still working on everything behind the scenes here. So what are we at?
Yeah,
400
so
to 350?
Brienne and them have 2 bulls right now. They are 70 points behind, 350 to 420. So she's shooting at the bulls.
She needs bulls. Does not find.
So Jacob comes up with a 70-point lead, needing 3 bulls to win the game.
He's going to be looking right at it. He's just over top.
And they also have 2 wedges, the 20s and the 15s on them. There's a single. Ooh. So 1 bull scored.
So Gavin could put a little extra pressure in this here because they've only got they've got 15s and 20s. So first start hanging low. At least it's hanging out of the way. Now he's just under top, just over top. Little fight, little flight. No bulls in that visit, so hand to the board looking for 2.
Yeah, 70-point lead. I would definitely just stay here. I think Hannah closes it out here.
Think she's got it?
I think she does.
There's one of them. She needs another. She's just underneath. Little flight, little bounce.
She looked at the chalker and seen if that second one was in. I think she got distracted by her man's good looks. So maybe it is.
Easy.
Maybe it's against
Dylan's ego any bigger than it already is.
There's a nice 15, though, shooting at that bull. So at least there's a mark there.
She's wired up on the outside edge. All right, Jake. One time
bull
for the
win. 70-point lead.
There
There it is. It ties it up, right?
Takes it 1-1. And
again,
there is no diddle. We're going back to 0-1. But Gavin and Bree won the initial diddle, so they will start in the 0-1 leg decider. Tim, can we have just a touch more volume on Dill Pickles? Mike, can you turn that up? Do you have the ability to?
He's up all the way.
Oh, he's just soft-spoken.
he is a soft-spoken guy.
He really is a quiet one. All right. Kicking off the 0-1 leg, Gavin with the switch. We'll make sure we try to pay attention to Dylan. So we'll be listening to Dylan. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, so here in a minute, we're going to be forced to reset the stream. I know we've done it to you once or twice here now. We're going to do it one more time. YouTube is fighting us today, apparently. So here momentarily, we will be resetting the stream. Don't leave us. Come right back to us. We'll get it back out there. Everybody be sure to stick around. We can get it liked, shared, and subscribed so we can get the viewership back up. These boys and girls deserve all the views they can get today. And I'm getting ready to be gone.
And before you leave, it's 403 to 401. Hannah